Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the TWFC Wrestlemania 3 press conference, and we have an all-star four-man lineup behind us. Some of the top superstars: John Cena, Kenny Omega, Roman Reigns, and CM Punk. I'm going to start the questions off by asking two questions which were submitted from our YouTube audience. So Nick wants to know if you're going to try to win this tournament and become the 17-time world champion. And then our second question from Solly Awesome Wrestling is, what are your plans if you win the tournament and your 17th world championship?
That's exactly what I've returned to TWFC to accomplish. Now, as for what my plans would be afterwards, well, there's so many world-class talents here, like the guys sitting beside me. So I'd like one final run on top to prove I can still hang with the best of them. And hopefully that all starts next weekend, when I become the undisputed champion and break the all-time record for most world championships. Thanks for the question.
My question is for Kenny. Tell us how bad it will be for your career if you lose night one against my guy Takeshita. I mean, we all know how great you once were, but since returning from injury, you haven't done much of anything to even deserve being in this tournament. Another loss to the Alpha, which would be 3 in a row, by the way.
All right, that's enough. We get it done. But I'll remind you and all the critics that the only reason I'm not TWFC champion right now is because a former friend stabbed me in the back. Most of the guys in the tournament and on this stage were a part of that rumble, and I outlasted them all. Your guy is an amazing young talent, but there's no interference in this tournament. He's not going to be able to beat me straight up when it matters most. This is my opportunity to make a new name for myself with the TWFC audience. My sights are set on winning it all, but I'm not overlooking the Alpha. It's one step at a time. I'll see you next weekend.
Two-part question here, Roman. Number one, the talent voted on if they believed your cousin could beat Cody Rhodes, and it was 100% no, so why don't you have faith in your family? And number two, you mentioned you wanted to prove you can actually wrestle. What do you mean by that?
It's not that I don't have faith in my family, I'm just realistic. Jay isn't ready for the big match situation, that's just a fact. The family supports him 100% and will all be rooting for him. But he's never been here. He's not put in the time it takes to be ready for the main event. He's hit the lottery by winning a battle royal, and it's good to see him focused and taking this seriously. But it's Cody Rhodes, it's Wrestlemania, it's just way too big of a step. But we're all rooting for you, Jay. Prove us wrong, cuz. Now your other question is simple. I've always been the big dog, fighting other big dogs. I haven't really had the chance to showcase my pro wrestling skills. So this tournament is my time for that. But before anybody gets it twisted again, I still have no problem slugging it out with a big guy. You're all gonna see a fully focused Roman Reigns at Mania, and we'll leave it at that.
My question is for Punk. You admitted you've been looking past Eddie Kingston because your main focus is winning the tournament and becoming champion. Do you think that's a smart move going into a dog collar match?
Is that seriously your question? Do I think it's a smart move?
I'm just saying, Eddie Kingston seems pretty focused on hurting you.
Yeah, well, Eddie Kingston is a nobody loser who's just trying whatever he can to stay relevant. I've missed way too much time already to be dealing with lower mid-card guys at Wrestlemania. I said when I came back, my only concern was winning gold, and this tournament is my fast track to where I want to be. So I'm going to beat Eddie Kingston as quickly as I possibly can, and then I'm coming for everybody else that's in my way of becoming the undisputed champion. I don't care if it's Cena, Omega, Roman, it literally doesn't matter. They might as well all be named Eddie Kingston at WrestleMania.
That's about enough of listening to all the second-place candidates. The king of professional wrestling is here to give the people what they really want.
We were doing just fine without you, Cody.
I gave our entire locker room a chance to say whatever they wanted face-to-face to me before Mania, and not a single person showed up. So now, allow me to demonstrate how much more popular the king really is. I'm open to all questions, ask away.
I got a question. When did you turn into such an asshole? And how can you win this tournament when cheating will get you eliminated?
Great question, Kenny. I'd say the day I realized being the good guy that always does what's right only made everything more difficult. Now I could care less what any of these people think, and I'm bigger and better than ever. And as for the other part, you guys can pretend all you want that I need to cheat. But you all know that's not the case. That's what pisses you all off, is deep down, you know there's never been anybody quite like myself. I've beaten everyone in that locker room in the past with nothing but pure skill. You can call me the bad guy all you want, but I'm a bad guy that's better than the heroes. Next question.
Time to Wrestle on YouTube asks, Cody, have you thought about what it would do to your career if you lose?
That's a stupid question. Do I look like I sit around and think about the possibility of losing? Losing is not an option, but I have thought about what winning this entire tournament will do for my legacy. Guys who defend their titles in tournaments are historically unlucky. But when I am the last man standing, having defeated all the other top guys of my generation, there will be absolutely no debate anymore. I will be the greatest professional wrestler of all time.
My question for Cody is, who would you rather face out of all the men on stage?
Stupid question, doesn't matter. Next question.
If you're the best in the world, who's number 2?
I guess we'll find out based on who I defeat in the finals. Next question.
I got a question for Punk. How you let a man spit in your face and not do anything about it?
You got 1 week left, you son of a bitch.
That's right, run away.
Ladies and gentlemen, we apologize. We're having to shut this thing down right here. It's getting out of hand. We got a situation with Cody and Omega in each other's faces right now, too. God, there's a ref over there. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on this press conference. We hope to see you at WrestleMania.
Remember, you asked for all this. When fans are pissed off, we had this whole big event just for my crowning moment. Remember, I told you so.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you next weekend at the monumental TWFC WrestleMania 3.